When are they going to make an alternate universe where Pyrrha survives? I feel like more people talk about that.
It was called RWBY Chibi, and it got 2 seasons.
Ding, ding, ding!
Welcome again, friends and fans, to another episode of GalaxyCon Live, where we are bringing the convention experience directly to you. And today, we will be revisiting the world of Remnant with 8 members of the cast of RWBY. So without further ado, let's start bringing them out. Our first guest is an actress whose credits include Red vs. Blue. Today, she joins us as the voice of Emerald. Please welcome for the first time, Katie Newville.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hi. Welcome to our little stage. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here.
It's so awesome to finally have you here, and you've got such an interesting, a lot of Minecraft going on behind you.
Yeah, I'm in my son's room. I helped him set up all this stuff, but he definitely has the coolest room of all of the people in my house. So,
well, that's yeah, it's got a boy's heart and a mother's touch in the decor.
Yes.
All right, so, well, Katie, once again, thank you for joining us here. It's so glad to finally have you.
Thank you.
Always. Our next guest, he is an actor and inheritor of the role of Lee Ren. Please welcome back Neath Oum.
Good morning from Tokyo.
Indeed. How are you doing out there, boss?
I'm good, thank you. Still a little bit groggy, still sleepy. It's only 8 a.m. here.
So 8 a.m.? That's not too bad.
Yeah, too bad.
Well, once again, we appreciate you joining us from your side of the world. Hope everything is good on in that part of the globe.
Oh yeah, happy to be here. Things are going good, and Katie, hello again. It's been a while.
Neath, I know it's been a long time. You look great.
Like 4 or 5 years now,
at least.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, let's keep this reunion going on with our next guest. She is an award-winning actress and producer who on several Rooster Teeth projects, including Camp vs. Camp and Red vs. Blue. Today, she joins us as the voice of Nora Valkyrie. Please welcome back Samantha Ireland.
Hi. How are you guys?
Good. Samantha, how are you?
Oh, hanging in there, I can't believe it's still January. It feels so long, but I've been looking forward to this all month, so glad to be here.
It's good to have you here. Like I said, this is a new year. We got new things on the horizon, and I retain the audacity of optimism that this year will be better than last year.
I agree.
Fingers crossed, indeed. And speaking of fingers crossed, keep those crossed, because our next guest is an actor known for Red vs. Blue and several voices of DC Universe Online. Today, he joins us to discuss the role of the previous incarnation of Ozma, Headmaster and Professor Ozpin. Please welcome back Shannon McCormick.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey. Shannon, how have you been doing?
I've been doing, for everybody who's like 2021 is going to be better, my 2021 has started off in a really bizarre way, and I don't want to get into the details of it, but I'm more stressed out than I've been in the past 12 months. But it's going to be fine. It's okay. Just home repair stuff. It's nothing. It's nothing major. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Well, I said the beginning of this year is 2021 had to scrape off the last bits of 2020.
Exactly. I'm gonna really start the year at March, because that's when we all went into pandemic lockdown.
Exactly. People in a previous panel said more or less the same thing. They was just like, March is the reset button.
Yep. I think that sounds fair.
Absolutely. Well, great to have you back, boss. Always a pleasure. Our next guest is an actor, ADR director, and scriptwriter whose body of work includes Full Metal Alchemist, Black Clover, and My Hero Academia. Today, joins us as the voice of the current incarnation of Ozma, Oscar Pine. Please welcome back Aaron Dismuke.
Hi.
Hey.
Good to be here.
Glad to have you back. How you been holding up?
Oh, I'm doing well. I was just working on a project I probably can't talk about, but I've been blessed with a lot of work lately, and so I'm pleased. Yeah, and I also just finished it, so now I'm relaxed, which is nice.
It's nice to have that little bit of calm after a completed project. Indeed, you lost some weight from when you shot the promo video.
Yeah, and the front of my face was weighing me down. It was tilting my head forward all the time, and so I just feel light as a feather now.
You had a mustache?
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Oh no, the chat
Sorry.
room's going nuts right now. They're like, "Where's his mustache?"
You'll have to watch the promo video, dude.
I'm not judging you, but ooh.
You have to watch it on a big screen because you can't see it otherwise.
I never would have done it except that I was wearing a mask all the time whenever I was seeing people, if I even saw people. And so it wasn't really an issue. So I was like, well, if there's a time to do it, it's now. And then I had to shoot that video, but I was like, no, I don't want to just shave it just because of this video. Anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's bring out the rest of our panel and then we will we'll play the video, we'll reach a consensus. The trial of Aaron Dismuke's mustache. Yeah, we will shave it for later, but I'm bummed. Good dad joke.
Good.
All right, our next guest, she is an actress, writer, and director whose body of work includes DC Universe Online and the horror podcast Women in Caskets. Today, she's here as the voice of Pyrrha Nikos. Please welcome back the always awesome Jen Brown.
Hi, friends.
Good morning.
Hey, Jen, how are you doing?
Yeah, hanging in there. You know, lots of ups and downs. Recently, I think everybody can understand that, considering these pandemic times. But yeah, no, I've in general much better than the majority of the last 4 years, if you catch my drift, and feeling optimistic, as you were saying earlier, about 2021 being has to be better than last year. So in that sense, things are going well.
Fair. And as always, you always bring the interesting backgrounds to the show.
Yeah, I like weird stuff. And when your living room also served as like a set for your TV show, it just makes sense to like you're like, well, yeah. In case people get bored of this, they can.
And real quick, tell our audience a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, I had a show called Genre Graveyard on El Rey Network, which is now defunct. However, there are only 4 episodes that aired, but we have 8 more episodes that I should be able to announce within the next few months about which network we're going to be moving to, so that people can get a chance to see it.
Nice. We look forward to that. Look forward to the completion of this project and hopefully a continuation as well.
Oh, exactly. Yes, that is what is being discussed.
Oh.
Cross the fingers.
Indeed. And speaking of cross fingers, he is an actor and the head writer of animation at Rooster Teeth. So keep your fingers crossed. He keeps your characters alive. Though he joins us today as the voice of Jaune Arc. Please welcome back Miles Luna.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Good, boss. How you holding up?
I'm good. I need to update my bio. I'm the former head writer of animation, and now I'm doing a crazy freelance lifestyle that is as exciting as it is anxiety-inducing. But for the most part, riding those waves and keeping cool about it.
I stand corrected on that.
Make a note. This loser left has new title.
No. Eventually, you gotta leave the cocoon, right?
Yeah, I'll emerge as a beautiful Mothra.
Hey,
Mothra rules. I'm excited for Kong Kong versus Godzilla. It's probably going to be garbage, but I'm here for it.
People forget Mothra beat Godzilla.
Oh, I know. I was raised on Godzilla movies. I'm so stoked. I want to see some Mecha King Ghidorah. It's probably not going to happen. This is not a Godzilla panel. I'm good. I'll keep that to myself.
I'll tell you what. We're gonna start our GalaxyCon Talks fandom panel pretty soon again. Where we bring people in and just talk about what they're into. We'll do a Godzilla panel. We'll invite you.
Delicious. Thank you.
Absolutely. Miles, always a pleasure to have you here, man. Thanks
Always
for
a
coming
pleasure to
in.
be here. Thank you.
And finally, she is an actress and award-winning audiobook narrator. Her credits include the Mario franchise, Left 4 Dead, and of course, Halo. Today, though, she joins us as the voice of the Mistress of the Grim herself, Salem. Please welcome back Jen Taylor.
Hi, friends.
Jen, I've had the pleasure of hosting you for our Halo panels. This is the first time we have got you here for RWBY.
I'll get ready.
And it's because again, your character certainly factors pretty heavily into RWBY lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, indeed, once again, thank you for joining us, and thank you all for joining us. As always, we here at GalaxyCon, we look forward to the day, maybe this year, when the world gets a little bit back to normal, and we can once again have you on our stages and get you all back in front of your fans. In the meantime, we have this electronic format. We're so glad to have you here. I'm sure Shannon will be back, and
Yeah, bye, Shannon.
that's okay. With this many panels, by the time we get around to everybody else. So, like I said, we got so many here, so let's just go ahead and just jump right into our audience questions. I said, Jude, go ahead and roll our first one. And this comes from Pink Rose. Wants to know, if your character had a hidden talent, what would it be?
I got one.
Lay it on us.
Okay, skateboarding. I just feel like
yeah.
I just feel like she would kill it on a half pipe. That's just me. I love skateboarding. That's it.
That makes sense.
100%. 100%. I'm trying to think what, like, if Jaune had a noteworthy talent at something, I feel like he's the type of person that would, like, try to make sure everyone knew about it. Like, I feel like that dude in his mind has so little going on that if he was just like, guys, I know Rubik's Cubes now! Like, he'd be wearing Rubik's Cube jackets, have Rubik's Cube enamel pens, like, he would just, like, be like, this is who I am now. I'm the Rubik's Cube guy. And, like... So I don't know. I don't know if Jaune would have any hidden talent. He'd just be too proud of it.
No, I feel like kind of similar about Nora too. I think she would just there is no hidden talent. She is the talent. So I don't know how I feel.
Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like Salem is good at everything. Come on. Let's see, something weird and quirky. I think she's probably going to be a really fantastic knitter. That's what she does in her spare time.
She's got time on her hands.
Guys, you take care of everything. I'm just going to knit. I'm just going to.
You got a scarf that goes around the world.
Oh my God.
That's her new
Forever.
interrogation tactic. She comes in and instead of shooting lightning at me, she just starts knitting.
Yeah.
And now
Lots of
She
warm.
feels on her fingers like better than anyone.
this is my dog, by the way.
What's that one's name?
Her name is Peppa. I think like Peppa
Peppa?
Pig. We got her just a couple months ago. She's
I love that name.
darling little pit bull mix from Texas.
June's, sibling.
Furry baby.
Nice. Who's got another hidden talent for their character?
So
I may as well, because I was just joking. And I was thinking too, being like, what would, because like Sam and everyone has kind of been saying characters are good at everything. I feel like Pyrrha was always having to be like so proper and like by the book all the time that I have like a sneaking suspicion that she used to like sculpt really angry metal pieces like for powers like on the fly. Like she'd have to be really prim and proper and keep everything together, and then she'd like sneak off to like a little metal shed that she made and just like angrily like create these like weird abstract art pieces.
That'd be cool.
That would make sense.
I feel like she used that to channel her mostly controlled rage.
She's like, who's the guy that lives in the junkyard in Iron Giant? She's like, it's art.
Yes.
Sure, man. That's espresso.
That would be such a sweet thing for everybody to find, like now. Like they like stumble into some shed and they're like, wait, this was made with metal bending powers. Oh my god, it was Pyrrha. That'd be so
Oh my god,
cute.
that would be amazing.
I
Write
like
it.
that. I'll send it in. Yeah.
Write it, Frida.
I like this so fun. I'm, working on a bunch of other stuff, so might as well, write another thing that's not getting made.
Miles, welcome to freelance.
That never gets seen.
That's showbiz.
Yeah, it is.
Neath, do we hear from you?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna ride off of what Katie did, and I snowboard in real life. So give Brent a
love
snowboard,
that.
give him a half pipe or a few jumps and a few rails, and then we're all good.
Oh, just his like windswept hair, just like curving down the side of a mountain.
That feels right.
Mm.
Absolutely. And Shannon, do we hear from you?
No, I think that Ozpin, again, it's a little bit weird because Ozpin can like summon all of his former beings to be his talent. But I think his deal would be like, he's the guy at the party who there's a piano there and people are like, play. He's like, nah, I'm not that good. I'm not that good. And then of course, eventually he gets put over to the piano and just like slays, right? Hair's all like, he's like playing like Liszt concertos from memory and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he always has to start with a slow, soulful version of John Lennon's Imagine.
Yeah, exactly. He waits a little bit, and then he just like blows everybody out.
And then it gets a funky twist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pink Rose, great question to start us off with. Thank you. What's next? From Ali. What inspired you guys to become actors?
I feel like some of us might have this the same. It's so typical, but I was in elementary school and I remember we went into the auditorium to watch the Christmas pageant and I saw a bunch of my friends on stage and I was like, well, why are they doing it and I'm not doing it? And I was so confused. And then I went up to him, I was like, how did you make that happen? I always have wanted to do that. And they're like, just come to theater after school. So that's what started it for me. I saw my friends doing it and I always wanted to. And that was elementary. Like that was, I think, 3rd grade. So it's felt so long to want to be an actor. So most of my life.
There you go. That works. Who's got another?
I was in my very first play when I was 10, and weirdly, I won the role of the narrator. I was the only person who had lines in the whole thing. I sat in front of a microphone and I narrated how the elephant got its trunk. And I don't know that was my inspiration. I was always just like a sort of cheeky performer trying to capture everybody's attention all the time, and finally found a way to funnel that energy that was a little more acceptable than just, trying to get in everybody's face in parties when I was a kid. So yeah.
Sure, that works.
Yeah, I am right there with you. Jen, I was also that child that was constantly dressing up and putting on shows and be like, look at this story. Like I was an only child, and so a lot of the time like I just entertained myself. And so yeah, definitely grew up always wanting to put on a show. And specifically with voice acting, I was also the kid that was constantly mimicking or attempting to mimic like the voices that they saw on TV, and constantly I loved playing around with my voice and trying to do characters and accents and all that kind of stuff. So
little did you know you were prepping yourself for a voiceover career.
Yes. And when I started really focusing on theater, because that's what really got me into acting, was I loved the power of live theater. I was told that my voice was my strongest quality as an actor, and I was like, oh, okay, let's keep working on that. And also, yeah, it feeds my soul, and I'm a lifer.
I was people that know me now have a hard time believing this. I was a very quiet, shy, nervous child, and I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, but I really liked pretending to be other people. And that was something when I got into middle school, a friend of mine signed up for theater and was like, hey, you should take this with me. And by doing Monty Python sketches and like other like little like one act play things, it gave me a sense of confidence that I could make other people laugh or I don't know. It kind of, it was like the little lock and key that really helped me kind of step into myself. And as I've gotten older, I think I've learned that one of the things that I really enjoyed about it is what I enjoy about just storytelling in general. This concept of the transfer of ideas is just really, really cool to like kind of get people to emote and feel something with you is really neat, and ultimately led to me really getting involved in writing and directing more than anything. But yeah, it was just like a small little escape where, strangely enough, being vulnerable made me feel really safe.
Yeah, I get that. Do you quick interject, like Miles, do you feel like with social media that it's different? Like for me, it's I feel nervous being just like myself, but if like I feel like I don't know, if I was characters all the time, like I could do whatever. But when it's Sam Ireland tweeting or it's Sam Ireland on social media, I just like, I feel kind of internalized very nervous, and I don't, but again, if I like put up a short film I was in and it was wild or it's something that's not like me, I feel super confident in sharing it. Do you feel that way?
I've had like a really weird ride with social media. I've gone from when I was much younger, I thought it was so much fun and like, wow, I want to talk about everything. And then I got older, I was like, I don't know if I need the entire internet to like be with me as I grow as a human. Like, I don't know if I really need to document all of that as like I, become aware of biases and privilege, and like I look back at jokes I made that's like, oh, that's a really bad joke, Miles. And then also, like you said, like that need to be on and not even touching on like parasocial relationships created by social media. Like it's a wild, fascinating, kind of scary thing. And I'll go through some phases where I kind of will back away from it. And then a pandemic might hit, and then suddenly I feel the need to be like, hey, what's up? I'm alive. It's very strange. I tell you, I'm fascinated to see how our, as a species, relationship with social media and social media in general continues to evolve as the years go on. I think the rise of VTubers is something that's really fascinating. I feel like we've kind of come full circle where we all had these anonymous AOL chat names, and then it became, well, now we're vloggers and let's players, and like we are the product. This is our brand. I have a brand. I'm Markiplier or Aaron Hansen, whoever. And now it's, I don't know if I want to share everything all the time anymore. What if instead I voiced this animated fox boy and he was a character that played video games, and I can separate myself from that? And like, I just think it's wild. It's super weird. Yeah. I don't know if I answer your question, but I think it's a good one.
No, and you raised an interesting point that people just now are starting to realize how long social media's been around, and they're starting to look back. I should probably go back and destroy my MySpace page if it still exists, just in case. No,
I'm gonna keep Blink 182 playing on that page for the rest of my life if I can help it. I'm just gonna. They got me.
Sam, I'm really surprised to hear you describe like yourself kind of holding back a little bit when you're posting stuff, because the first time I saw you, correct me if I'm wrong, there was a Rooster Teeth short and you made out with Gavin. Do you remember?
Yeah. Well,
who is this girl? She's wild.
That was the character role of Samantha, because they never made new character names when they did the web shorts. And like, I didn't really know Gavin. I like walked in and those were like my actors for the day. I think that was my first time meeting Tom too, the other guy that like I make out with and then they make out together. And like, it was just a job, I feel like it would have been different if I probably had known them for a while. But again, it's like you put that little actor jacket on and it's like, it's just you feel so free. But I feel like if it was like me in a podcast and I was supposed to do that, I'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, that's not me, But
you know what's so funny, Sam? Like, I'm right there with you, and I find that interesting because people like do that a lot. They'll be like, "Oh, you're nothing like your character or whatnot," and I feel like I don't know where it stems from, but I've even had like proper directors too be like, "Huh, you don't act anything like the characters you play," and I'm like, "Well, I grew up in theater. Like, there's this school of acting where people just are themselves on like a lot of film stuff. It's like that's just who they are, and they just play who they are. And then there's some of us who grew up in theater who really, really are like, well, it's about a character. Like it's completely, and we divorce ourselves from who we're playing so intensely that like I totally get what you're coming at, Sam, because I feel that way too. A lot of the characters I play tend to be way more reserved than I actually am in real life. Like, I always used to get frustrated when I'd go into some film auditions and they'd be like, just act like yourself. I'd be like, you don't want that. Well, you'd be like, that's too much. Tone it down. Like, you don't want that.
It's incredible how like when you grew up in the theater, I don't like just how you have to play to the back of the room, and like that means your whole body is there, and there's honest work, but there's also outside of yourself that you have to be a part of, that you have to be cognizant of. I feel like the more I've done film, all the little indie projects I've done, I've never done anything big, but it's so much more intimate, and it's simple. It's so simple because it really is. You're living very, very honestly, and you don't have to think about playing to the back of the room. That's not just there.
The first film audition I ever did, the director actually said, okay, this is for a film. After I gave my thing, and it was like, whoa, okay. Tone it down.
Shannon, how did you get bitten by the bug initially?
Please tell me you got that role too.
Oh no, I didn't get that role. I'm an immortal wizard, and they just came to me. I'm not really an actor. They just
play what you know. Play what you know.
Yeah, exactly. I think like a lot of people, I've been doing stuff since I was a little kid. When I was in kindergarten, my teacher told me to stop breathing like Darth Vader, which I had been doing all morning. There's a family story that I don't remember, but I saw the Disney animated Robin Hood when I was about 2.5, and I spent the day marching around the house, imitating Friar Tuck, shouting, "Get out of my church." That was my favorite line from that film. But it was before I even had memories. So I think like a lot of people, I've always had a performance.
I'm drawing a blank on the voice actor who did Friar Tuck, but he hosted a kids show in the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
And check it out. It's on YouTube. It's one of those like, can they get away with this at a kids show? And
those are the best ones.
Yeah.
Was it like dangerous, or was he just like not wearing pants?
No. It was called Andy's Gang, and they would bring out this. They'd bring out this character called Froggy the Gremlin who would do this mischievous pranks and stuff. And it was like, can they get away with this? And like black and white kids. Yeah.
He was like Krusty the Clown, but
Yeah, kind of that way too. But so Aaron, how'd you get bitten by this?
Oh geez. Okay, so I had not really considered acting until I was straight up offered a part by my cousin. Super nepotistic. I was 9, and I was reading a lot. And I think that was why he wanted to try it. This was like Funimation super early days, and so they just didn't have any kids auditioning for their stuff, and so they were relying on a few adult women who could do good kid voices. And so he just tried me out for this super small part. I did okay, and then I got to keep auditioning for it. And like sometime after that, I developed a big interest in video games, and also I kept reading, and I just I guess I just really enjoyed getting to pretend that magic was real. because that's what all of the anime stories that I was doing was. Like, I wasn't doing anything that was grounded slice of life. I was doing stuff where people clap their hands and shoot lightning, or where when you hug somebody, they poof and turn into an adorable animal. And that was just really fun for me. So it was just something that since I was 9, I've associated with like magic and fun. And so for me, it was always just a question of like, not whether I wanted to be an actor, but whether I could make it as an actor. Yeah. And now I've learned like, well, I can make it as an actor and writer and director. Now I can do that.
Hell
So,
yeah.
And absolutely indeed. Neath, how about you?
Well,
I know it's a bit of a loaded question, but
I wouldn't say I was inspired. I
yeah.
felt I had to, because this show RWBY is all that's left of him. So
Yeah.
I had to do something to try, and I thought I should do something to try and help keep it going. But acting was not something that I had in mind. But then Rooster Teeth contacted me. They're like, "Oh, hey, we're seriously considering having one of Monty's. Their exact words were, seriously considering one of Monty's brothers play the role of Ren." So I was kind of like, "Oh." I wanted to help, and I wanted to help keep his work going, and I was like, "Oh, perfect opportunity." So I wouldn't say I was inspired, but I really owe a big debt of gratitude to Rooster Teeth for that.
And you've absolutely done right by your brother. You really have.
Thank you. Yeah. Sorry.
No, man. It's all good. It's all good. I'm among friends here. And Katie, have we heard from you yet?
No, I was more into improv. I didn't really do a whole lot with acting. I feel like, if I'm being really honest, I was looking more to ease my depression and anxiety, like a lot of stand-ups and comedians, and I just really wanted to be a comedian, but I'm not funny, so so I kind of rode the coattails of my then husband Shane, who was one of the original animators on the show, and I was like, oh, I could maybe get involved with voiceover, and I was very lucky. I forced my way onto Red versus Blue, and
I tried to do that, didn't work.
Hanging up with Miles.
He's the former.
I've been thrown under the bus.
okay,
That was
Shane,
Bernie.
I told Bernie I wanted to be in Red versus Blue, and he was like, I don't think that would work. How would we do that?
I'm so mad. I'm so mad Bernie never told me that.
You know what? It's because I guarantee you he was just thinking of like a lateral, like, oh, that won't, because you're gonna play the same character and we can't afford that. Like, he wasn't thinking like,
Yeah, maybe.
oh, we can do
I'll
that.
be a
Like,
weird,
new. Like,
I'll be a weird dog or something.
It was probably hands down a Microsoft thing.
I'm sorry,
Now that I think about it.
Get away from me, Kate. Keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, sorry, I'm a funny story. I wish that you could have done it. I did a robot. And I got to speak in Spanglish, and it is such the pinnacle of my career. The first thing I did, I got to talk to Sarge as a robot, and he got to say something along the lines of, the character I was doing gave him a boner. And I was like, I know that's awful. Okay, I loved Red versus Blue.
Can you describe the robot's appearance?
It was essentially a tank on legs. Sarge likes hardware.
Okay, I know that's weird, but I loved that show, and to have dialogue with Sarge was so great. And then, of course, Monty was around a lot. I got to talk to him a lot, and he was doing the show. And so for me, it's just like I got really lucky, and I did a thing with Miles and Carrie, and I blew it. What is it? Where you try out or whatever. See, I'm not in an audition. I'm not in this right now. I did an audition. I blew it. and I called a voiceover coach and I met with her like that night and I begged Miles to give me another chance and he did. And I thank God every day because I love Emerald and I love being a part of this. And
She's a great character. For sure.
it is. It's so cool. I love Emerald. So, and Neath, thank you so much because you're awesome. And it's really great that you've been able to carry this on. And we're all here because of Monty. So I'm really,
Yeah.
it's cool that you're still a part of it.
That's amazing. I want to know what the voice coach told you that you blew an audition and then essentially the very next time you talked to Miles, you knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I need to meet that
God,
person.
good enough.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Was it just like take the bread out of your mouth or like stop chewing gum when you audition or like what happened?
I thought when you come, I thought you come to the microphone like, "Hi, I love you. Everything's great." And no, you've got to like up that energy. She was like, "Oh, get that energy up." And so I'm like,
I got you.
and that's the thing. And I had no idea. And
I got you.
yeah, nothing too crazy.
I got you.
Yeah.
Get the bread out of your mouth.
Hey guys, what's going on? Auditioning. What do you call this again? Try out.
All I can think of when you say that, bread out of your mouth, is I think of Archer and I think of Amber Nash because they literally, like, there's this clip of her, like, eating bear claws in the sound booth while recording, like, where she's like, bear claws. Anytime someone mentions bread or food in the booth, I just think of Amber Nash.
What do you think of?
I love her. Oh, so good.
Allie, great question. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and roll another one. And this comes from Murray. If you could give any advice to your character, what would it be?
Don't do it. Do not believe them when they tell you that this is up to you. Don't believe Ozpin. Don't believe any of them. Don't do it. Just it's pointless. You'll be a martyr. And you won't come back. Just don't do it. I mean, if we're gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Move to like a tropical coastal area. You're gonna be fine. Like it'll be fine. Just like go.
People's battles that don't involve you and die for them. Like, girl, you're better than that.
When are they gonna do an alternate universe where Pyrrha survives? I feel like more people talk about that.
It was called RWBY Chibi and it got 2 seasons.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh my goodness.
Who's got another one?
I would say to Salem, like, you know, there are many fish in the sea, girlfriend. Move on. Move on.
Hey, right back at you. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
We gotta go to counseling. You have to die. I have to stop being reborn. That's like how it goes. I mean, it's like we just gotta move on.
Yeah.
It's a cool plot point, though. I will say.
You know, Shannon, we could do a strat. If we could advise our characters to employ their charms and try to win Salem over to buy some time before the world ends.
Oh, yeah.
And we're currently in custody, so like.
You're also currently in the body of a 14-year-old boy, so I don't know how that strat's gonna play out,
14,
champ.
huh?
Oh, man.
I don't think we have enough time.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of like a past Ozpin life that was maybe just like a real dashing gentleman being like, "I'll take control." What is this? Oh no!
With a wonderful manly mustache, right?
With a very good mustache.
The
Rose in his
manly
teeth.
one.
Good dancing skills.
You know, there were a few ugly Ozpins. I hate to say that, but there had to be a couple.
They couldn't all be a catch.
Real dog.
You can make up for that with
Do we
confidence.
get to see this video with? I mean, I want to hear from everybody, but I also want to see this video of this mustache. Sorry, those are my dogs.
Aaron's not going to be able to escape this. It will just keep getting brought up.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Um,
will.
Oh no.
Next,
I
next
You know what?
volume-
Yeah,
please, next volume, Oscar gets a little mustache.
Don't do it.
it's like, oh, I'm trying it out. And all the other teammates are like being really supportive, just like it's great.
They pretend that
pretty
it is-
One of the Ozmas had a mustache. He was like an Inquisitor kind of looking guy.
Yeah. He was like
had
the
a nice
Pringles guy.
mustache. It was great.
He's like the Pringles guy.
He was like a mix of the Pringles guy and the Monopoly guy. And you know what? This is inspiring me. Like, there's so many things Jaune needs to hear, but I would just want to tell him, like, give facial hair a try, my dude. Like, you tried the shorter hair. It's working for some people. It's not working for other people. Take the next step. Don't be afraid. Go for it. You can always shave it off. Nora will tell you the truth if it's not working.
Yeah. Oh, she's so honest with you.
He would walk out and she would just go, "What are you doing? What is that on your face, my man?"
Shave it. But I'm gonna jump on that train. I want Nora to I would tell her to grow her hair out because it's red and I want to grow her hair out. You know.
Yeah.
I'm suggesting to a writer to have her hair grow longer because I would.
I also that is the most Nora possible advice. You did that in character. That's amazing. Like, of course, she's like longer hair.
I'll
hair.
bring it up to Eddie, Kiersey, and Carrie. I'll bring it to them. It's like, I come with an offering from Sam Ireland. Take this idea.
I don't know. I just would like to see her with long hair. Everyone else gets different hair all the time, and she hasn't yet. So
That's fair.
It's true.
Absolutely
It's
fair.
true.
I will say, at least you got to get a new outfit
yes, very true.
and an updated animation style.
Who's got another? Who's got advice?
now
Either way.
that, Samantha said that. I was thinking, as much as I love Ren's hair, it is absolutely
Don't.
gorgeous and sexy. But if Nora gets longer hair, that means Ren has to get bigger.
Oh, dude,
No.
Ren would look
Sam is not
amazing with a mohawk.
You have to keep your hair long. You cannot.
Mohawk. He could keep it long, but
Oh, right.
shave it on the
Keep it long
side.
and have it a mohawk, and then like shave it down the middle. Oh.
Maybe.
This is now just like a fashion panel as we're just like trying to do a glow up for all of our characters.
I'm imagining they find a relic that's going to allow people to give them advice from another world. And they're so excited. Like, we'll finally figure out how to deal with everything that's falling down around us, and it's just fashion advice.
Let's get the remnant huntsman team of the Fab Five in there, and they're gonna come in and they're just gonna give everybody the glow up they need, both externally and internally. They're gonna have heart to hearts. We're gonna break some walls.
Katie, do we hear you yet?
No, I feel like I'm gonna make it too serious. She's so broken, and I just don't want her to be broken anymore. I'm a mom, and that's the main part of my life right now, and I just want to like grab her and be like, Emerald, you're enough. Okay? You're enough, and you don't need this person to tell you that you need to be something that you're not. You're enough just as you are. And I want to hold her. And I don't know that would make a difference for her because she's so driven, but we can all see it. She's starting to have that cognitive dissonance where it's like, does everything I believe, is that not true? Like, what is the truth? And I'm excited because I'm hoping that she's going to like be okay with herself without needing Cinder to tell her that she's good. That's it.
No,
I love that.
fair.
Love
That's
that.
absolutely fair. Miles, we hear from you on your character?
Oh yeah, the beard. You're
Beard,
gonna have
yeah.
a beard. There's a million other things. We don't have time to go through all the things Jaune needs to listen to.
Definitely. And Murray, thank you. That was a wonderful question. And GalaxyCon viewers, this has been my time with the cast of RWBY.
I like it. I think it looks great.
That's
Can I tell
amazing.
you? Can I tell you, Aaron, when I saw this, I was like, oh my god, he looks like Jeffrey Dahmer.
No!
Unpopular opinion. He's a horrible person, obviously, but he was attractive. So it's not like
All right, I'm looking him up. I'm going to disagree with this claim of yours.
especially if you've seen My Friend Dahmer.
Okay.
So fuzzy.
All right. Well, there's something else to this
I'll
too.
take it.
Sorry,
Okay, Jude, go ahead and play the video because we get a beautiful close up of Miles' teeth.
Oh, great, good. Yeah, let's get this up there. Yes. It's at the very end of the video.
Very end.
And we know everybody's it's gonna be great. It's so good. Yeah, look at that. God damn.
Everybody say join us in again. Thank you everybody for joining us today. And oh yes, she's rocking out. She's rocking
I'm
out.
wearing the same shirt. I just want you all to know that.
Yeah, look at that.
It's
We're
cozy.
all beautiful. We're all so pretty.
And here we are. Oh, look at that handsome lad.
Do we have fun time to run what?
Oh, and there we go. Yeah.
there those
Yeah.
All right. Oh, panelists.
I had it was like that moment when you're just like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I reached the end of that promotional video and was like, I don't know what to do with any of me. So here's a goof. And then now you get to see my big chompers.
That's every one of my cameos. It's just like, now it's over. I'll do something.
I was literally gonna see the same thing. I was like, yep.
Panelists, this has been an absolute blast. As always, once again, thank you for joining us here at the GalaxyCon virtual stage. Any final words for our audience before we go?
Thank you.
Thank you's a good one. Thank you's a very good one.
Be safe. Be careful.
Yeah.
Wear a mask.
That.
Yeah.
Mask
Wear
it
a
up.
mask.
Oh yeah, wear a mask.
Be good to each other.
Yes.
And yourself.
Be nice.
Yourself.
As always, absolute pleasure to serve you all today. Once again, thank you for joining us at the GalaxyCon virtual stage. Thank you to our audience for joining us today. Thank you for your great questions. Hope to see you all again soon. Until then, bye-bye, everyone. Take care. And please, keep washing those hands.